What's going on YouTube? To put a smile on a buyer's face, this is the way to do it. This is the actual packaging of the Coros Vertix, and I gotta tell you, I'm super impressed. When I received my package today and I opened up the box and I saw this inside of it, I was like, man, this is just an awesome experience. So I definitely want to show it to you guys. This is the way to impress. This is the way to really put a smile on someone's face. And if you take a look at this gasket, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that though, but this definitely looks like it's watertight. This again is one of the most premium experiences I've had opening up any sort of device. Now let's see what else we get inside. Of course, there's that beautiful Coros Vertix. And let's see, here's the strap. And if we take a look underneath, again, any company that spends this much time on their packaging, you know they spent even more time on their actual product. And that's basically it inside. I mean, this has just been, if you can see me from behind the camera, I'm definitely smiling. I got that Kool-Aid smile on. This unboxing experience has been one of the best I've ever encountered. So let's take a look what we get in here. Here's a nice little troll sticker. I definitely like stickers. There's some manuals, a ton of manuals to figure out. If you guys want to read that, you're more than welcome to check out those manuals. And here's your little charging cable. But here's the actual watch. And of course, let's just put on the strap first. Quick fit, 22mm is your band style. And that's basically it, guys. So let's go ahead and power it up. Once you get the watch, you're going to have to download the app and then scan this QR code. So let me go ahead and do that and we'll come right back. But just take a look at the styling. I think this is one super stylish watch, and I'm definitely excited to check out this rotating crown here, this digital crown. I think this is going to be very useful. And then just again, I'm digging this styling, guys. A 1.2-inch screen, sapphire screen, titanium build. This Vertix is definitely one premium looking watch. Now that we got that awesome unboxing experience out of the way, and really, this is what makes the experience, this is what makes buying a product put a little smile on your face. But of course, after you unbox it, you want to know how exactly does this watch operate. Now, the watch has a lot of great features for it. Number one, starting with the build quality. The build quality on the Coros Vertix here is something that's really impressed me. Again, you do have this nice sapphire screen, you have the titanium build, and overall, it does look very stylish in my opinion. Now they have a bunch of different colors as well, and they all have these removable straps, 22mm straps here. And you can see that, again, you have an optical heart rate monitor on the back. This is the all black model, the Dark Knight edition, which I think looks super stylish. There's also a really cool transparent edition as well. So if you wanna stand out from the crowd, that would be a great option for you. And you navigate through the entire watch using these buttons on the side. One of these buttons will activate the light. And you have this super cool rotating digital crown, which I think most watches should have. Trust me when I tell you, operating the watch using this rotating crown here was something that I found to be an absolute pleasure. And then on the bottom here, you also have a little back button, and it'll also access your menu. All of these settings are customizable, and you do have to do that customization from your phone, not from the watch itself. Coros pushed out an update to enable touchscreen functionality only within certain screens. I don't know why they couldn't make the entire watch touchscreen compatible, but I definitely like this. And it works in this heart rate widget here. It also works on your activities as well. So I definitely like having the option to use a touchscreen as well as this digital rotating crown. Some of the other features of the Coros watch, again, this is a fully functional, fitness-first watch, so it's not going to have more of the modern comforts, I'm going to call them, like some other watches. So you don't get the ability to store music, you don't get the ability to use any sort of mobile payments. This is a fitness watch first and foremost. So if you're looking for more of a smartwatch, I'm going to call it, this is not the watch for you. This is a fitness watch on steroids. This is going to track just about everything you want it to track. And I've been tracking my workouts, mainly lifting weights, with the Coros Vertix, and I'm super stoked to show you the heat map. It really just shows you where exactly you hit during your workouts. Now, the Coros Vertix here on the wrist feels super light. Half the time, I don't even notice that it's on. And you can see for size comparison what it'll look like on your wrist. Now, personally, I like larger watches, so I'm hoping in the Vertix 2 they give us a larger screen. But at the moment, I'm definitely digging this size. It makes it a lot easier to go ahead and do your workouts and not have this huge watch on your wrist. Now inside you have all of the sensors that you'd expect in a high-end watch here. So you do have the blood oxygen sensor, you do have the barometric altimeter in here as well, so you can always tell what's going on with the barometric pressure. Of course, there's a compass, you have your accelerometer, you have your gyroscope, and then you have your thermometer. So you'll be able to see what your temperature is. Again, I definitely like this feature, but where the Coros Vertix definitely shines is in battery life, because this is a battery beast. You'll get 60 hours of GPS with 1-second intervals. You'll get 150 hours if you switch on Ultra Track mode, and with that, it'll get a sampling every 30 seconds. If you just want to use this as a fitness watch and you don't really do a lot of GPS tracking, expect to get about 45 days of usage, and I'm at 62% right now after about 15 days, so I can definitely attest to this battery life on the Coros Vertix here. Let's just take a look at battery life really quickly. Again, 62% battery life, and if I scroll down, it'll see that my estimated days left is 45 days, estimated max is 45 days, estimated GPS 35, my last charge was on 423, so that's 12 days ago right over there. Indoor workouts 38% of the time, GPS workouts 21%, I've used the backlight 20%, here's my heart rate taking 19%, Bluetooth and notifications 289. Again, it gives you a lot of information, and that's the theme throughout the entire Vertix review. That's the theme throughout this entire watch, is that it gives you a lot of information. So whether you're an ultra marathoner, whether you're an ultra athlete, or whether you're the novice at the gym, I think you're going to have a really great time with the Coros watch. And I'm going to show you my stats in a little bit. As I'm scrolling through the different widgets here, you can see you do get text messages, but again, you cannot reply to them. You just will get a little notification with a vibration, and yes, there is a little speaker, so you do hear a tone. I'll show you what it sounds like when you get a message or when you get a phone call. I have to give Coros a lot of credit because they do have that 15 ATM rating, and they were still able to pump in a little bit of a speaker, and it actually is quite loud, surprisingly enough. Here it is right over here. So when you get a call coming in, you feel the vibration, you also hear the tone, and you can mute it, or you can just reject the call right over there, and that'll send the caller to voicemail. Of course, if you do want to pick up, you do have to use your phone to answer, and the same goes for when you get a little notification. And there we go, you get a little audible alert. Now emojis do not come through. Maybe they'll push out an update for that, but at least you can go ahead and you can see exactly what's going on. You can scroll through and kind of see what kind of notifications you had, and then you can delete all of them if you want to, which I'm going to do. Now that'll just delete them from the watch, not from your phone, so don't worry about accidentally deleting all of your messages. Let's just go into some of the features of the Coros Vertix here. Now to start an activity, all you have to do is press on that digital crown, press it in, and you'll get access to all of your available trackable activities here. So let's just go through some of them, and you can customize this list so you can have all of your favorites, how you want them listed, which I think is a great option because you don't want to scroll all the way down to get to ski if you ski on the regular. So let's just take a look again. There's tons of different activities, and what's great about this is as well, you can create your own custom workout guide if you wanted to, your own custom training plan. Again, most of this stuff is customizable from the actual app, not from the watch itself. Here's your AI trainer. This will let you know exactly how your body's recovering or how your body is handling the workout that you've done, and you get to see a little history of exactly what you've done. So if I go into my hike, for example, you'll see 2 hours, 20 minutes, burned 889 calories, best mile, average speed. Here we go. You see your heart rate right over there. Let's just keep scrolling down. Now I'm already fully recovered from that. You'll see your elevation loss, your elevation gain, calories burned, etc., etc. And there is a lap button, so for those of you that like to do laps, I know a lot of you ask me on other videos, you can press the button when you're running if you want to signal that you have a lap that you've done. Now, you can pair ANT+ devices, you can pair Bluetooth devices with the Coros Vertix, and I actually have the Coros Pod connected, so I'll show you that information from my run. It just gives you a little bit more stats, your left and your right, your cadence, etc., etc. Going into settings, this is basically all that you can do. So that's basically it, guys. That's it with the watch. Now let me show you what you can do on the actual phone. But I'm super excited with this. Again, so far, I would have liked to have a little bit more of a brighter screen. Sometimes it can look just a little bit washed out, and I would like a little bit of a bigger screen, but that's just my wishes, guys. If you're working out with the Coros Vertix, you're not staring at the screen all the time. That's just when you're out and about, so I really can't complain all that much, but for a wish list in the next upcoming device, a better, brighter screen, and a better, bigger screen in my opinion. Once you open up the application here, it's going to give you a snapshot of your daily activities. So I only burnt about 78 calories today. I did not exercise, I'm sorry to say that. You can see your steps, you can see your heart rate, And you can click on any of these to get more information, more stats about what exactly happened. And it'll give you a snapshot if you're under training, overtraining, or if you're doing just right. Now this makes me sad a little bit sometimes, guys, because most of the times it tells me I'm under training. I don't know how I feel about that. I think most people will be under training on most days, but you see a graph. So once you open up again, you can go in and you can see all of your information here, and you can see the graph that corresponds with whatever data points you're trying to get. And then on the bottom, here's your fitness index. So that's a nice little gauge here, letting you know exactly how fit you are or not. And now it'll keep a track, of course, a history of all of your workouts. So if we go into a run, again, I am using that Coros pod, which I think you guys should get if you're a runner. Just gives you a little bit more information. And in terms of GPS, the Coros Vertix was on point, no issues with GPS. It actually locks on really, really quickly as well. So I am happy with the GPS performance. So it'll give you a snapshot, give you an overview of how your run was, your pace, your cadence, your stride length. Again, all of this comes from that pod that you have. Here's your running power. Here's your ground time, your left and right balance. So I'm just about even. I think that's good. But if you need to correct it, the pod will definitely help you. The pod will let you know if you're running a little bit too much on the right or a little bit too much on the left, your stride, etc., etc. If you've used a pod before, these are all the metrics that you'll get from a pod. And again, here's your heart rate. It'll let you know where you spent most of your time in that heart rate zone. And then on the bottom, it's going to let you know your training effect. Now again, this is very similar if you've had a super hardcore fitness watch in the past, but I like the way that Coros does it. They give a really nice app, and it does sync super, super quickly. Now I want to show you a couple more stats. Now this is what I've been using the watch for the most, guys, is lifting weights. And I'm really happy to tell you that I'm super impressed with the way that the Coros Vertix handles weight training overall in general, because they have a built-in timer that I'll show you on the watch, and it's just a way to really keep you guys on check, especially these days. Let's be honest, there's a lot of distractions. You have your phone with you, even though you try not to take it out. In between sets, you're probably interested on going on the gram, or you want to change the music, and time can just escape us. Trust me, since I've been using this watch, I feel like this is my personal trainer. Sometimes I just curse out the watch, guys, because it's telling me to move. It's telling me my 40 seconds of rest time is up, and I gotta continue on with my next set. And sometimes it really just pushes me a little bit too much. But that being said, I notice my workouts, I spend a lot more time in that fat burning zone. So it is doing a good job of actually being your personal trainer, being there with you. And that's what I think you're buying these fitness watches for, to have that personal trainer by your side without actually paying the personal trainer prices. And that's what these fitness watches, especially the Coros, is really good for. Now the muscle heat map is something that I've actually really enjoyed. The watch does a decent job with counting your reps. Now it's not 100% accurate. It definitely misses sometimes, especially on those pull days. Usually on those push days, like when you're doing chest, it actually does a decent job. But if you're doing back, if you're pulling exercises, it kind of misjudges, and it is what it is, guys. But you can see a snapshot of exactly what you've worked out. And I was really impressed when I do my trap exercise. It actually does notice that it is a trap exercise, and it goes in and it counts those reps for you, and it'll let you know when you actually did that exercise. So I did it on Tuesday this week. Last week I did it on Wednesday. Your total sets, your total reps, and your total time for that workout. So again, I like their heat map. And then of course, the more you use the watch, you'll be able to see exactly how many times you worked out a specific body part. Now I skipped legs a couple times this week and last week. It is what it is. Don't tell me about leg day, brah. And then you can also export your details if you want to. So you can export that GPX data. One thing I do want to show you is that rest timer. And you can see here my screen is locked. All you have to do is rotate this crown, and that's going to unlock the screen. Going into your settings, you can change a bunch of different aspects of your settings. So inside the strength training, you can change your rest time, maximum of 60 seconds and a minimum of 15 seconds. So again, I really like this feature because at 40 seconds, it starts beeping. It gives you that 5-second beep, that 5-second vibration to let you know that your rest time is up. And again, it's like having a personal trainer telling you, come on, Jabber, it's time to get going. Stop resting. It's time to really start moving. And what I do like about this as well is it does get your initial heart rate, so it knows where you're starting. And this way it can more accurately judge exactly if you're in the fat burning zone or if you're just kind of hanging out and not really doing all that much. So I really like that feature of this watch. And you see your battery level right there. Now most of you guys will probably go running with this, so I do want to show you what that looks like. And I've run with this on a treadmill as well as outside. And what I do like about the indoor run option here is you know that any watch you have is not really going to match up to your treadmill, but you can go in and you can go ahead and calibrate that run. You can adjust the distance, and a lot of watches, believe it or not, will not allow you to do so. So I like that on this feature. If you're on the treadmill and this calculates 1.5 miles, and the treadmill actually says 1 mile and 6, you can go in and change this to 1.6 miles. So that's definitely a huge feature. And a lot of you might be saying, my watch already does that, but you'd be surprised how many watches don't do that. If you go to the alert settings, you can have it beep at you or let you know when there's a mile interval, let you know a pace alert. If you want to set a cadence alert, or if you want to set a heart rate alert, you can do so as well. And another great feature of the treadmill setting here is if you run at a steady pace, you can go in and select that speed, and the watch is definitely going to correctly, accurately give you the distance once you put in the speed of the treadmill. But most of us do a varying run, so if you do that, you might want to just recalibrate it at the end. Now, when you start an outdoor run here, again, it's going to get your initial heart rate. It's also going to give you your battery life, and it's also going to let you know whether or not you're locked onto those satellites. So I really like this feature. It kind of lets you know exactly when it's time to run, because you don't want to run before you get a lock. Otherwise, your distance is going to be way off. So I like this watch again, guys. I really like everything that's in the Coros Vertix here. We're almost coming to the end, I promise. It's a long video, but there's a lot to really like about this watch. You can go in, now I haven't done this myself, but you can create a workout program if you wanted to. So you could go in and create your whole routine from within the app. If you're one of those types of people that takes a notepad and writes everything down, your reps, your sets, and the body workout, etc., you might as well go in and create your own plan within the actual Coros app. Now again, I haven't done that, but that's something that you guys can do. If that's your thing, you can go in and do so. And then you can create your training plan as well. So if you want to do that again, get rid of that notepad, get rid of that pen and paper. Just put everything in your Coros app here. Again, I really like this feature. It's a fitness watch on steroids once again. It's not a smart watch. It doesn't care if you want watch faces. It doesn't care if you want to pay for things. It doesn't care if you want to listen to music. It's just going to track you. That's its job, and it does it really well. Now, speaking of navigation routes, you do not have any built-in maps, but you can add your own map with the GPX file, so you can download your route, put it on here. Then you'll be able to see your route, and you can also set up your breadcrumbs if you want to. You can also return to start. Now, it's not really going to give you navigation, but it will let you know if you're off point, and you can get back on point with it. So for those of you that like to do that, you can do that from within the application itself. And of course, what kind of watch wouldn't be complete without giving you some sort of badges letting you know how you're going? Now again, you don't have the social aspect that, say, Garmin does. This is not a watch that you can kind of compete with your friends online or do daily activities, weekly activities, etc., etc. This is your own personal trainer. This is your own watch to get you to the fitness level that you want to get to. And you can also sync it with third-party applications as well. So again, guys, I think Coros did a really nice job developing their watch. There's nothing that I've been wanting for when I've been using this watch to run, hike, or even work out at the gym. You can also go in and adjust the data screens that you want for a specific activity. You can add more, you can delete some, or you can change the data fields once again. So I definitely like this. It's a full-featured fitness application. Don't get that twisted. This will allow you to do everything that you want to do. And yes, there's a little toolbox menu. So again, you can just rearrange where each of these items lay within your watch. And the same goes for all of your activities. So as a matter of fact, let me do that right now for you guys. If you want strength training to be on the top, because that's really what you do, you can put that right on the top, and that'll be the first one on your list when you open up the application. I want to put that right in between run and indoor run just because. Now, for those of you that like watch faces, I definitely like watch faces. If you guys are not new to my channel, you really know that I like watch faces, but I am happy to say that Coros give you a decent amount of watch faces here. There isn't an app store. There's not a watch face store. There's just about a watch face for every type of person, whether it's modern or digital and analog. You get a nice amount of watch faces from within their application. And then for notifications, you can choose which applications you want to get notifications from on your wrist. So that's basically it when it comes to the Coros Vertix, guys. I know it's a lot of information, but again, there's a lot to cover with these watches, especially when these watches can do a lot for you, especially when these watches are really intended to give you a ton of information. And that's what I'm really happy about when it comes to the Coros watch. I think they give you a lot of information here, and it is an overall really attractive watch. This digital crown is something that I didn't know I would miss on other watches, but I think it definitely comes in super handy. And I also like the fact that within certain applications you do get that touchscreen functionality. I would like to see that touchscreen functionality on more and more pages, on more and more widgets here. There must be a reason why they didn't do that, but whatever it is, guys, I'm really happy with this watch right now. I think this is an awesome watch for anyone that's really looking to get in the fitness scene, that's really looking to get a fitness-only type of no distraction type of watch. You don't need distractions from social media. You don't need distractions from buying watch faces every single day. Well, maybe you do. That's just me. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions about the Coros Vertix, let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see a comparison, let me know down in the comments below as well. Maybe you want me to pit this against a Garmin watch. I don't know. You guys let me know. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.